tired of writing repetitive prompts for your coding assistants, or bloated Agent.md files and the context window that is too tight to hold all the nuances of your project? Imagine if you could just add capabilities to your agent on demand in runtime, only when you need it for a specific task, and without writing lengthy prompts. And what if you could also use a version control to save and share these capabilities? Or use a pre-built ones, like you do with Node modules or Python libraries, installing them when you need it. Or create your own custom ones and share it with your teammates. Sounds like a charm, isn't it? And what if I tell you that this functionality already exists and it's called Claude Skills? This is a new addition to my favorite Claude, and in this video I'm not just going to show you how to use it, but I will also explain how it works under the hood and what's the difference between Claude Skills and other ways to give instructions to your agent, such as Agent.md or Claude.md files and system prompt. And I will also show you how you can create your own skills and start using them yourself or sharing with your coworkers. So what is Claude Skills? Well, we can think about Claude model as a brilliant generalist, a person who can learn quickly but doesn't really have a deep expertise in your specific field. Skills are like specific manual to train Claude into a domain expert. Claude Skills are modular, self-contained packages that extend Claude capabilities. You can think about them like NPM packages or Python libraries or small reusable functions, but for AI. And skills can be helpful with few different things. First, specialized workflows, multi-step procedures for specific tasks. And next, tool integrations. Instructions for working with different file formats, for example, or certain APIs, like Stripe or Google Transcript API, for example. Skills can also teach Claude about company-specific knowledge and business logic. And the coolest bit is that these skills can contain not just natural language instructions, but also scripts, templates, and assets for complex tasks. So instead of waiting for a model to figure out the script to do something, you can just provide your own script and make sure that the work will be done in the way you want it. Now let's talk about skills architecture. This is a very simple tool. Technically, it's just a zip archive with .skills extension, and it contains just few files and folders. First of all, skills.md. This file is required, and this is an entry point for each skill. Then there is a subfolder scripts for all your custom scripts you wanted to run, references, the information you want to load on demand, and assets, the binary resources, whatever it is, templates, configs, or something else. And the coolest thing about skills, in my opinion, it is the context management. Context is a key architectural constraint when you work with large language models. They just cannot remember everything within a conversation. That's why you have constantly reprompted or compact your entire conversation when the context limit is reached. It also can be quite costly to send thousands of tokens to the model. So how skills deal with that, and what's so amazing about it? Skills implement a three-tier loading strategy. First tier is metadata, and it is always loaded. Metadata lives in that skill.md file and contains a name of the skill and its description. Usually it is approximately 100 tokens. And it is used for the model to discover and trigger skill when it's needed. And the second tier is the skills body. This is lazy loaded on demand. For example, if you have a PDF reader or writer skill and you tell to the model that you need to fill in this PDF form, then it will load the body of the skill and use it for your task. And usually it is under the 5000 tokens and contains the core workflow and references for more in-depth documentation. And the third tier is resources. They are loaded on demand when Claude thinks they are needed. And this is what lives in that folders: scripts, references, and assets. references are loaded into Claude only when it's needed, and scripts can be executed even without loading into the context. And there is no size limit here, because it is external. This is very token efficient. Each skill only takes few extra tokens, with the full details loaded when user requests the task that this skill can be useful for. So, what's the difference between Claude Skills, Agent.md or Claude.md files and system prompts? System prompt is a global prompt, so once you set it up, it will work for each request and each project, while Agent.md or Claude.md files are usually per project, and they will be loaded every time you interact with a model. So every time you ask a question, LLM will go and check out the Agent.md file first. And if the file is big, then all this content of the file will also stay in the context of your conversation, and it will add up to the amount of tokens you send back and forth. That's not ideal. Agent.md files are usually project specific, so you cannot really reuse them for different projects. So the benefit of skills is that it's very tiny and simple, but also highly reusable. You can just create a skill once, and then you can use it in any project you want. As I already said, because of the way it manages the context, you're not slowing down your mod, and you're not bloating your computational budgets as well. And what about other web coding tools? Can you use skills in Cursor or in Copilot? And the answer is yes, you can. Skills are supported by all popular AI editors and AI command line tools such as Copilot, Cursor, or whatever else you're using. So it's not just Claude Code. You can use them basically everywhere, and this makes skills even more versatile and shareable. But okay, enough talking. Let's get our hands on this new cool feature, and let's start with the Claude Web. If you're using web version, you can use skills as well, and I'm going to show you how to install them and start using it. Okay, now let's head to our Claude Web and explore this new cool feature. Even if you don't do anything, skills are already enabled by default. And for example, if you ask Claude to create a script for a YouTube video about Claude Skills and save it to the Word file, let's see what will happen. You can see that it reads the docx skill to learn best practices for creating Word documents. So even by default, some skills are already enabled in Claude, and it will use it even if you don't do anything, don't install them, don't enable. But if you want something more specific, then you can go to the settings. They're here under your account, and in settings choose this capabilities menu, and in the very bottom there will be the skills section, and it is currently in preview. And you can search for some skills. Here there are your skills, skills added by you, and some example skills that are already available. And you can enable and disable them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a skill. And there are a few options here. You can create it with a skill that helps you to create skills, or you can write it yourself, or you can upload a file. So I've got this YouTube transcript skill, and I can just download the zip file. Let's do it, and let's upload it to our skills in Claude. You can just drag and drop it, very simple. And here now it is enabled. And if you are a software developer, then you probably prefer to use Claude Code in your terminal. And I'm going to show you how to manage skills there in Claude Code, and we will try out some of the more advanced skills as well. So let's head to our VS Code. I already run Claude Code here. And so I want to show you how to create a beautiful interfaces, not these kind of AI slope interfaces that all look the same, using the same colors and same gradients, or something more unique and almost production grade. Let's try it out. But first, how do we install our skills here? Of course, we can just go and create a file structure here and create a skill. But if you want to install a skill from the marketplace, you need to install the plugin. For this UI front-end design skill, I will install a special marketplace with this command. The command is plugin marketplace add and then the name of the marketplace, and it's just basically cloning the repo of the skills. And after that you can again go to the plugins, and here you can explore what you've got. Here are all the skills available from the marketplaces you've got. You can use tab to switch between the tabs here, and you can see that you have this official marketplace and the one we just installed, these Claude Code plugins. Okay, now let's go back to the plugins and install this front-end design one. Install for you. And now what I'm gonna do, we're in this project Google Deep Demo, and this project I will just run it now. This is a very simple chatbot connected to the Google Deep Research that I've created for another YouTube video. And you can see that the UI is really basic, and we are going to redesign it now using this plugin that we just installed. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to tell redesign the UI for this project. And Claude asks me if I want to use this skill front-end design, and I will hit yes. And it even tells me what kind of design concept it's gonna use for this. Okay, it is ready. So now, this looks interesting. I wouldn't tell it is like great, but it is interesting, and it is responsive design as well. So if I ask something, it even added some animations. You can prompt it in any other style as well. For example, I can tell, can you redesign in sleek, minimalistic style? Yeah, and by the way, now it is not connected to the model, so it's not gonna work, but we can still see the design and all the changes the Claude skill made. Okay, let's see what it did this time. Well, now it is very close to the original design, just different fonts, and honestly looks a little bit better. And again, it is also responsive. It is a little bit less sloppy than if you just use the basic vanilla Claude to generate your UI. And one more thing, if you want to install a Claude skill that is not in the marketplace, you still can do it just by copying it into the Claude skills folder. So let's install this YouTube transcript skill. As I just said, we are going to this .claude folder and create a folder skills, and then I am going to copy over this YouTube transcript folder into this folder. Yeah, so this is our YouTube skill. Let's now go to the terminal and restart our Claude so it loads the new skill for us. And let's test it out. Get the transcript of this video. And you can see it asks us if we want to use this YouTube transcript skill, and I will say yes. So let's see if it's gonna work, because it did not work in the web version of Claude because of some network limitations, because YouTube is blocking all the automation tools. So let's see if it's gonna work here in our Claude code. And I think there is a problem because I'm not in the Python env, so let me just activate Python env and try it again. See, now it is progressing better, downloading some Python stuff, and I can see that it is extracted the text of my video. And let's save it to the file, and here it is. This is our transcript. So what else can we do? We can create our custom skill that would generate YouTube metadata for this video. By metadata, I mean title, description, and tags. How do we do that? So there are two ways. We can manually define all the stuff that we need for this skill. So basically create a new folder here in the skills. I'll call it YouTube metadata, and then create a skill.md and basically fill it in manually with whatever we want to do. Or the other way, kind of an easy way, we can use a special skill for creating skills in Claude. And let's head to the web version and let's try to do that. So here I asked how to create skill, and basically it suggested me this manual way. But if I go to the settings, let me go to the settings, capabilities, and I am going to enable, oh, it's already enabled, skill creator. Let's go and ask Claude, create a skill to generate YouTube video meta data, title, tags, and description. And now it is using the skill creator guide. Okay, so here it is, our skill, and I want to download it, and I am going to try it. I think I just need to rename it to the zip archive to be able to extract. And now I can drag and drop this into the YouTube metadata. And again, let's restart our Claude. And this time the prompt will be the following. Get the transcript of this video and create a YouTube metadata for it. Now it should use both of the skills, because you can combine as many skills as you want when you do something. So now first it's gonna use a YouTube transcript skill, and then our new YouTube metadata skill. And now it is asking me about the second skill, YouTube metadata. Yes, please do it. And now it created the metadata. So you can see it gave us 3 title options, tags, and description. That's really nice. And the next thing we could do, we could also automate it, so it just uses YouTube API and actually applies this metadata to the video. But this is a little bit more complicated, and this tutorial would be too long to do that. But if you're curious, you can try to do it yourself. That's it for today about the Claude skills, and I hope this video was useful for you. So let me know in the comments below if you want me to make more videos about Claude skills, or maybe share some of the skills I personally use in my projects. And thank you for watching my video. Please don't forget to hit the like and subscribe, because it will help my channel to reach out more software engineers just like you.